you?
Great, how are you, Kelsey?
I'm great. Okay, what do you want to talk about today?
Well, last time we were here, we talked about me not doing so hot in all my grades and how I have a lot of hours and a lot of stuff to worry about at one time. Well, I think I've corrected the problem, and I actually dropped one of my classes, so that way I have a little bit of a lighter load, and I just recently got a 95 on a speech project, and so that makes me feel really good. But yeah.
Okay, so you said you think you fixed the problem. So you also mentioned dropping a class. What made you actually decide to drop a class?
Well, I had it was just a really heavy load for me, and I was expecting that class to have homework and quizzes and all that kind of stuff, and but it was just lecture and just your notes and tests. So it was really hard for me to take really good notes and that be the only thing that prepare me for the test. And I really didn't study all that well because I would play video games all the time. And so I just decided to drop the class.
Okay, so how has that lightened your load?
Well, not really because I really just dropped the class because I didn't do really well on the tests. But because like I said, I don't really study because I play video games all the time.
Okay.
So.
Okay, well, you said earlier that you had fixed the problem of you playing video games all the time, so are you saying right now that you still are having that problem?
Well, yeah, I still play video games all the time, yeah.
Okay, but have you, you also said that you got a 95 on that one project, and so do you think you've at least, backed off a little bit playing video games?
Yeah, I'd say so. Not because I wanted to, but because I feel like I had to. And every opportunity that I got, I played when I could have been studying. But yeah, I mean, I guess I could say I backed off a little bit.
Okay, that's really good. A little bit at a time is all you really need to do to reach the big goal, which is still doing really well in school, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So how would you say you're going to back off a little bit more? Are you going to have any strategy towards that?
Well, I just have to keep on putting my schoolwork first, and my schoolwork and my health actually. Going to bed at a decent hour, and sometimes sleep is more important than studying that extra couple hours that night. So I'm really going to be focusing on making sure I get my 8 hours and really putting school before anything else. And if I find myself choosing between playing video games or going over to my friends and playing video games with him, and working on a project that's due the next day, I really need to always choose the homework over video games, and maybe even tell my friend that I could go over there later, and when I'm done with my project, if I get done with my project, and if not, I can do it the next day because I won't have homework the next day.
Well, it's very good that you have that mindset now, even if you haven't been able to completely get rid of your video game addiction, but it's very good that you at least have that mindset and you understand the limits on what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. And I do see the results in you because you have gotten that 95 on that speech project. So tell me a little bit about how you got that 95.
Well, it was a group project, and I had the introduction to our project, and it was kind of awkward at first because I can't really create an introduction when everybody else is doing the body paragraphs. So I wanted it to be cohesive, and so I didn't want to make an introduction paragraph and then just it just be completely different from everybody else's. So unfortunately, I had to do it the night before, but this was all with knowing all of the information I had done and noted bibliography, and so I really had to know my information, and my group members were a lot of help. They really guided me and let me know what else I could say, and what things that I could expand on and stuff like that. And we were at the library for a couple hours, and then I went home that night, and then I practiced for a couple more hours, and then that morning my group met again an hour before class, and we did a couple run-throughs, and so it was really just repetition, and I just really put that first, and I didn't focus on anything else. I knew that I had to get it done, and it was worth about a third or a fourth of my grade, and so I knew it was going to be an extremely important grade. So
that's really good that you prioritized that over just fun time.
Yeah,
it's really hard to do that sometimes, and especially for a college student. So that's a really huge step that you've made. Do you have anything else you need to talk about today?
I think that's it.
Okay. Well, what we've talked about today is how you've improved on your goal to reach your big goals, which is to do better in school and avoid using free time as video game time instead of study time. Because as a college student, it is really important for you to get those grades. And so we also talked about how you have improved and how you have reached those small goals. And we have talked about you doing better as well. So it's been really great talking to you, Parker. Thank you.
All right, thank you.